I knocked on the door, step back. You know how you knock on someone's door and then you step back so you're not too close to the door? I step back, and as I'm standing there, he walks to the door and opens the door. I'm like, why are you standing in the middle of the hallway? Come on in. Guys, so as you know, I'm a nurse practitioner and I used to go visit patients in their homes. So I walked up to this patient's home. I'm seeing a couple, and the husband came to the door. I could have sworn he must have been a military veteran. You know how strict and direct and frank certain military officers are, or military officers are. So I thought he was military. I walked in and he said, sit down, find a seat and sit anywhere. Why are you here? You know, I explained everything, told him why I'm here. I had called and confirmed the appointment before going there. But I'm saying this to say, those of you who go do home visits for patients, whether you be a nurse or a nurse practitioner, in the nursing case, most times the patients are a little bit handicapped or debilitated, and you're going there to care for them all day long. But in my role as a nurse practitioner, I go in to perform in-home care, like primary care, but in the patient's home. So I'm there with them for about 45 minutes to an hour, and I leave. Most of the time the patients can come to the door. Most of the time they are independent. And so this patient, I went over everything, and the entire time I'm looking at him, I'm like, what? And one of the questions we ask is if the patient has been in the military or have served in the military. And he said no. When he said no, I was like, oh my God, why would you approach me like that? The whole time he's not looking at me, he's not smiling, he's not making any kind gestures. If I did not know any better and have a certain level of emotional intelligence, I would have left that place. It felt hostile. I felt like this patient doesn't want me in their home. But later on, I realized that it's just his personality, it's just the way he shows up, because as I mentioned, I was seeing him and his wife, and his wife was really kind, and the same way he was talking to me and approaching me and just giving me short responses to my questions is the same way he addressed his wife. I'm like, okay, so maybe this is just who he is. Maybe this is how his family has experienced him all along. If he can speak like that to his wife, why should I be bothered? One of the things to do is go over medications. And so I have a list of the medications, but I still have to talk to the patient and confirm that they're still taking this or that medication. And he had his medications stored away on top of a certain area in the house. And I was like, can I see your medications just to confirm what I have? Are you still taking this and that, this and that? And he said, yes, I take everything there. I take everything there. But there are certain medications that are not being should not be taken long term. That way on the list. So I point that out to him. Like, I'm not about to go bring all my medications to you. He pointed in the direction where the medications were placed and said, you can go over there and check them one by one if you want, but I'm not about to bring it all over here at the dining table. I said, okay, if it's okay with you, I'll go over there and check the medications. But guys, I encounter patients like this most of the time. But one thing I'll say is be vigilant, prioritize your safety if you do house calls or home based medical care or anything in that, you know, in that division or industry, because patients sometimes they could just be having a bad day and has nothing to do with you. I thought I should share. If you like this video and enjoy my healthcare content, please like and follow. Share this video with someone who might benefit from my experience, and I'll see you on the next one.